3 jazz stations in the country. David is a green housing developer and a moving force in the jazz community in Colorado.
Thank you. When I think about what makes the jazz community unique in, oh, I should be looking here, I'm sorry. When I think about what makes the Denver jazz community unique, I first think about geography. The fact that we are so isolated, our legacy really is that we have had to self-create our music in some cases, and we've self-created a very strong community as a result. Listeners are dedicated and loyal at KUVO as a result of this. Now, how about if we just make this a feeling out one?
Okay.
Where, all right, now I've got a 15-minute allotment.
Yes,
so I'm
you
gonna,
do.
Okay.
Take your time. You can repeat it as many times as you feel comfortable.
So you guys don't have a teleprompter, huh?
I can get one for you.
Yeah.
Well, though, would it be bad if it's just, yeah, why not, is that, how does that look? Am I close enough to looking at the camera?
You can see yourself here. Can you see yourself?
Well, I can't see myself if
No.
I'm looking there. So is that okay?
It's
if
fine.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little uncomfortable for you. Sorry. That you're leaning over.
Oh, no, that's fine.
You're used to strange with it.
Just look at the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay. Denver's jazz community is unique in that we are geographically isolated. Our jazz heritage is somewhat self-created and self-reliant, and as a result is stronger for it. KUVO's listeners, for example, are dedicated and loyal. Likely this is, and I just screwed that up. I was off to such a good start. Okay. Denver's jazz community is unique in regard to Denver's community is unique in regards to its jazz. Since we're geographically isolated, our jazz heritage is somewhat self-created and self-reliant, and as a result, stronger for it. KUVO's listeners are dedicated and loyal. Likely, when they listen to 89.3 FM, KUVO, it's the only station that they listen to. There's a strong relationship between fans and musicians in the community. Beyond playing great music with the independence of public radio, the station serves as a resource center, a community bulletin board, a schedule, and a public music space. Let me, now that I did that once, is your back going to hold up if I do it again? Okay. And eyes were good, it wasn't too...
Just a little bit slanted this way. Maybe if you can look.
Or you know what, here, how about, if you just, could you put them right, just fold it in half and...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, or just, can it sit right, or is that...
I'm afraid it's going to hit. Well.
Is that a microphone?
Yeah, there's a mic.
I gotcha. The Denver community is unique in regards to jazz. If we think about our geography, we are physically isolated. Our jazz heritage, therefore, is somewhat self-created and self-reliant, and as a result, I believe, stronger for it. KUVO's listeners are dedicated and loyal. Likely, listening to 89.3 FM is the only station that they will listen to. Allow me that one more time. Denver's jazz community is unique. Since we are geographically isolated in Denver, our jazz heritage is somewhat self-created and self-reliant. As a result, I believe we're stronger for it. KUVO's listeners are dedicated and loyal. Likely, 89.3 FM is the only station they listen to. There's a strong relationship between fans and musicians that completes this virtuous circle. KUVO, I see, is an important locus of the jazz community. Beyond playing great music with the independence of public radio, the station serves as a resource center, a community bulletin board, a schedule of public events, and a public music spot. How was that?
It's good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good, yeah. What was the second question you had? How does the vibrant jazz community enrich the Rocky Mountain region in Greater Denver?
Now, I wasn't prepared for that. Although I had mental notes, is it all right if I stop at one? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah, is that
all
what
right?
you want to say?
Yeah, if that's all right with you. But maybe I should just polish
Yeah,
up
the
one.
message is strictly how can the corporate community support jazz so that it benefits them? That's the core message of our video.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So-
So, well, then, what do you think, Delia?
The conversation is, when corporate contributors, they want to see why should we contribute to this specific cultural event? How does it benefit us? How does it help us attract better talent, more diverse talent, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Then if you don't mind, Randy, if you don't mind just holding that up one last time, and that'll be the last point that I add. Okay.
Yes.
The Denver jazz community is unique in some ways because of our geographic isolation. Our jazz heritage is therefore somewhat self-created and self-reliant, and as a result, I believe, stronger for it. KUVO's listeners are dedicated and loyal. Likely, Jazz 89.3 FM is the only station that they listen to. There's a strong relation between fans, musicians, and corporate donors that completes this virtuous circle. KUVO, as I see, is an important locus for the community. Beyond playing great music with independence of public radio, the station serves as a resource center, a community bulletin board, a public music space, and I think importantly, it provides a capacity for, if I can, I was going to say that it provides an opportunity for corporate donors to strengthen the jazz community. Is that what do you think?
From the perspective of what's in it for them?
Yeah.
Why should they invest in the jazz community in Denver?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
KUVO, as well as all of the jazz venues in Denver and the metro area, provide, I think, a wonderful opportunity for corporate sponsors to make contributions that reach a unique audience, a unique, loyal, and dedicated audience.
Okay, from the perspective of how would this attract a richer workforce?
Richer workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you have a cultural, vibrant community,
Mm-hmm.
then more likely you can attract and keep a richer workforce. Speak to that.
Okay.
Okay.
As I've taken on the role of chair of the board of KUVO, I have been doing a lot of listening and outreach to the community, both jazz listeners and non-listeners. I have been impressed by forward-thinking participants in the jazz community, especially. One that is striking to me is the mayor's office. The mayor's office, and in fact, Andre Pettigrew, who's now become a board member, who's the mayor's head of Office of Economic Development, sees the connection between a strong jazz community, a strong and vibrant cultural community, and the ability for Colorado and Denver to attract employers and further its strength within the Rocky Mountain region for culture.
Great. Fabulous. We got it.
Well, I hope with all those pieces you can...
He's a jazz educator, a national treasure trombonist.
No. I stopped playing the trombone when I was 16.
Oh, what do you play now?
I'm a saxophonist.
He told me you were a trombonist.